New season for San Diego Chargers. A lot of new faces, enthusiasm, a lot of excitement here tonight at the Q, and a pretty good opponent for San Diego to test out Mike McCoy's debut as an NFL head coach.
A really great opponent. Pete Carroll bringing the Seahawks down to meet up with the new Charger head coach, the man in charge, Mike McCoy.
Well, he won 11 straight games as offensive coordinator with the Broncos last year, and they were the #1 seed in the AFC playoffs. Former quarterback at Long Beach State and at Utah. And on the other sideline, of course, is Pete Carroll, who had just a phenomenal run as a USC head coach, 9 years, where he went to 2 BCS championship games. He beat Oklahoma, lost to Texas in that great game. This is his 4th year with Seattle. 25-23 is his record, but as we talked about, this team is loaded. They came very close to make it real deep into the playoffs last season. Philip Rivers, a lot of questions about Rivers. Mike McCoy has all the confidence in the world in number 17. Stephen Hauschka has the ball teed up. Back deep for San Diego will be Robert Meacham and Richard Goodman. Goodman is deep in the end zone, and Meacham about at the 5-yard line. Late arriving crowd here at the Q. Stadium about half full, but they're still streaming in.
Sort of be fashionable.
That's right. This is Southern California, isn't it? Hauschka, the 6-year veteran from North Carolina State, has it teed up, and we're underway. Goodman will take the ball about 3 yards deep in the end zone. Hesitates just a little bit, gets out to the 15-yard line, and goes down. Tackle there by Mike Morgan, who will be starting at defensive end for the Seahawks tonight. Philip Rivers, last season, 64% completion passer, 26 touchdowns, but it's those 15 interceptions that had people puzzled about his play.
And it kept the defense out on the field a little bit too long as well, Dan.
Ryan Matthews will start at tailback for San Diego. He'll be the lone back as the Chargers come out in 2 tight ends and 2 wide receivers. Gates shifts, now goes in motion. Right side handoff to Matthews right up the middle, and he'll struggle for 5 yards. Red Bryant with the stop there. He gives Matthews 4 yards on that carry. He missed 4 games last season with 2 broken collarbones. He'll be joined by LaRon McClain, Malcolm Floyd, Eddie Royal, and Antonio Gates. And up front, the big guy, King Dunlap, and he is big. Alongside newcomer Chad Reinhardt, Nick Hardwick at center, and Clary moves over to right tackle, right guard from right tackle, and DJ Fluker, their #1 pick, is the right tackle for San Diego. 2nd down and 6. Rivers, a lot of time, throws over the middle, he's got his man, and the ball is caught, and that should be good enough for a 1st down. Eddie Royal with the catch in traffic. Defensively for Seattle, Big Red Bryant. You get the start at left defensive end. Jesse Williams, Brandon Mebane from California. And we talked about Mike Morgan from USC. Malcolm Smith, Alan Bradford gets the start at middle linebacker. And that's right where the Chargers went on their first play. Richard Sherman, Brandon Browner, Cam Chancellor, and Earl Thomas, a huge secondary for Seattle. Ronnie Brown now is the tailback for San Diego on 1st and 10. And Brown gets it right side, running behind Clary. Clary with a good block in there along with Nick Hardwick. It looks like they're going right at the new middle linebacker for Seattle, Alan Bradford, a converted running back from USC.
And it didn't take long to see the 1st-round pick in action. You got a little shot of the defensive end from the University of Alabama, DJ Fluker, mixing it up a little bit. And so that's something to keep your eye on.
Brown got 3, 2nd down and 7. Shotgun for Rivers. Changing the play, perhaps. Bunch formation to the near side. And that's where he's looking. And he's got a wide open tight end. John Phillips has got the ball. Plus the 40-yard line. Another 1st down for San Diego. Pretty good pass protection for Rivers.
Yeah, and I think if you look at that, it was a mistake by the Seahawks coverage. They basically separated and ran away from Phillips. Just hooked up and caught the ball from Phillips. It was a very nice pass.
14 yards on the pickup for John Phillips, a 5-year veteran. Came over from the Dallas Cowboys where he backed up Jason Witten. Now he backs up Antonio Gates.
Guy can't catch a break.
5 wide receivers for Rivers at the 42-yard line. A lot of time. Now he steps up. He's got a wide open Gates in Seattle territory at the 40. Rivers buying extra time, finds Gates wide open. KJ Wright with the stop.
And being provided some extra time from the offensive line. Phillip does a really nice job just moving the feet in the pocket, buying time until old number 85 gets open and makes the catch.
So he goes to Phillips for 14, comes back to Gates for 20, and the Chargers now find the ball at the 38-yard line, and this is a Hall of Fame resume for Antonio Gates. Ronnie Brown, the tailback. Here's a reverse. This is Eddie Royal, and Eddie Royal is in big trouble here. He'll get out of bounds and salvage maybe a yard on the play. KJ Wright pushes him out of bounds, but it was Mike Morgan there who met him in the backfield after the handoff on the reverse.
And doing a really nice job. You can see that Eddie Royal, well, this is a nice move on a big linebacker. Just kind of knocks him down with one hand. How do you do that?
I'm sure that's a question that Mike Morgan's asking. I mean, Eddie Royal, when he goes about 185 soaking wet.
Yeah.
Rivers off to a good start, 3 for 3, 40 yards. This is the 7th play of the drive coming up. And it's Matthews right up the middle. And he gets tossed down after another nice game. Chargers are finding success running the ball right between the tackles.
Nice job by Chad Reinhardt pulling from the left guard position and leading that play up into the line of scrimmage. Open a nice hole.
So this will be the first 3rd down of the evening for San Diego. Last year, just 37% conversion rate for San Diego. One of the reasons why they finished 7-9. Ronnie Brown, the tailback, to the left of Phillip Rivers in the shotgun. Malcolm Floyd split to the near side. And we may have our first penalty of the night. No flag is down. Rivers completes the pass to Floyd. It's amazing. I saw 2 guys jump, one from each team, didn't you?
I did too. Those new rules.
Ed Hockley is our official, and when he was introduced for tonight's game, this crowd did not forget who Ed Hockley is. And there's going to be a measurement for Mr. Hockley. And it's going to be inches short. First big decision for Mike McCoy, and I bet he goes for it. What do you think, Bill?
I think he's going to go for it.
Well, he's bringing in some beef. LeRon McClain comes into the lineup.
Ball is at the 29.
So is Ryan Matthews. Extra tight end in the ball game for San Diego. That was a heck of a catch on that last play for San Diego. Real close to the first down. So it'll be 4th down and inches. Royal splits wide to the right. 2 tight ends. Matthews behind McClain. There's Matthews. And he goes over the top and picks up the first down. And he gets extra because he was not touched. He cleared the line of scrimmage and kept running after he got his balance. Earl Thomas finally made the stop.
Shows you the alertness of Ryan Matthews. He realizes that he's not touched when he goes over the linebacker. Nice try. But when he hits the ground, gets to his feet and tries to get some more yardage.
Went right over KJ Wright. Wow. 9th play of the drive coming up. They're going to give him 9 yards on that carry. Chargers near the red zone at the 21-yard line. Rivers to throw. Over the middle. And it's complete. And that is Keenan Allen. Time now for tonight's Lightning Fast Fact, brought to you by Cox Communications. Did you know that Phillips Rivers and Antonio Gates have combined for 56 career touchdowns? Yep, that's the most in NFL history by a quarterback and a tight end tandem. Rivers now 5 for 5 for 45 yards. Brown goes in motion. 2nd and 6. Rivers throwing to the end zone. That one is a throw away. intended for Malcolm McCoy. Tight coverage by Richard Sherman. That's a pretty good matchup, BR. The size of this secondary is very unusual.
Yeah, and very physical, Dan. I agree with those. It was good coverage, maybe too good. I mean, I think there might have been a little contact there. But
well, Sherman goes 6'3", 195. Cam Chancellor, the safety, 6'3", 232. Earl Thomas is a little guy at 5'10", 200. Brandon Browner, the other corner, 6'4", 221.
Did you ever throw the ball against a secondary like that? Anything close?
I never played basketball against a team that tall. That's Keenan Allen in motion. Third down for San Diego. Rivers is going to run. He's at the 15. He dives forward down to the 10-yard line. And he'll be just shy of the first down. And again, it'd be a fourth down decision for Mike McCoy. He has to like what happened the last time they had a fourth and short.
This is why they call him Speedy. Phillip Rivers. Nice job getting the ball up the field. And I think it's part of the new mindset that Mike McCoy is trying to get Phillip to buy in on. And it looks from what we see here that he has.
Yeah.
Don't throw the ball in bad places and get rid of the ball quick. I think that's really a very good advice from the head coach.
And he wants 3 points right here from Nick Novak. Novak from 28 yards out. And he's got it. Impressive 14-play drive for San Diego to open the evening here in San Diego. 7:31 to go, first quarter. Chargers on top, 3-0. Back in San Diego, where Nick Novak has the ball teed up at the 35-yard line. Back deep for Seattle will be Kristen Michael. Very good opening drive for Phillip Rivers and the Chargers offensive line doing a solid job protecting him and opening up running lanes for Ryan Matthews.
Yeah, I mean, especially you're seeing this new offensive line. They're coming together, and they've been working. You know that by just the way you're seeing them play on the field right now.
Good deep kick there that time by Novak, and Michael will just take a knee. It'll be Seahawks on offense with second-year pro Russell Wilson leading the show when we come back. Dan Fouts and Billy Ray Smith with you for Chargers preseason football 2013. Seattle Seahawks with the great Marshawn Lynch in the backfield along with second-year quarterback Russell Wilson. Had a phenomenal rookie year last year for Seattle.
What a story. I mean, this guy just came out of nowhere, and he basically lit his team on fire. They are so motivated when they're watching this quarterback play and they're blocking for this quarterback. Love the guy.
Marshawn Lynch is the tailback. And ball will be faked to Lynch, and Wilson on the rollout, and he's got a receiver, and that's Jermaine Kearse with the University of Washington with a big play on the bootleg. In the backfield and receiving for the Seahawks, Marshawn Lynch and Michael Robinson will be the starters. Doug Baldwin, Golden Tate, Luke Wilson will take the place of Zach Miller, who's on the PUP list. And up front, Okung, McQuiston, Jean-Pierre Sweezy, and Giacomini. 5 wide receivers for Wilson as he drops back into the shotgun. First and 10 from the 40. Wilson pressured. Now he'll roll away from it, and he'll throw the ball away. Good pressure that time. Dwight Freeney got in there, and isn't that a great sight to see?
It really is, and you see Dwight coming out the left side, and the offensive tackle's looking for the spin move, Dan, and Freeney's not going to give him the spin move. He's just going to run flat over him.
Yeah, he took it right to Breno Giacomini, went right to his chest and pushed him right in the lap of Russell Wilson.
You can't assume that he's going to use the spin move.
So I'll bring up a second and 10 for Wilson. Kristen Michael is the tailback. In motion is Baldwin. Here's Michael, left side. He's hit in the backfield. He'll stumble forward for a couple. Looked like Jarrett Johnson that time with the play in the backfield.
And doing a fantastic job setting the edge. When you're the outside guy, get up the field, set the edge, and then the running back has a choice to make, Dan. He's either going to bounce it outside or try to get as much as he can back inside. That was a very nice job.
It's the starting lineup for the Chargers defense, coordinated by John Pagano. They're down and 9 for Seattle. Michael, the tailback, on the left side of Russell Wilson. Wilson over the middle, too high, incomplete. They're trying to get the ball to Luke Wilson, and good coverage by Eric Weddle. And the Charger defense matches the Chargers offense with an impressive first drive of the game.
Absolutely, and did a great job containing Wilson as they were rushing up the field. That's very important for this quarterback especially.
John Ryan is the punter for Seattle. Keenan Allen, the rookie out of California, the third-round pick, is back deep, and he may get a chance to bring this one back. He lets it go over his head into the end zone. Wise play by the rookie, John Allen, with a 59-yard punt. The Chargers will take over at the 20-yard line with a new quarterback, Charlie Whitehurst. Here in the first quarter, Phillip Rivers is done for the evening, and impressive he was. Completing 5 of 6, the one incomplete was a throwaway. His long pass was 20 yards, and the new quarterback, Charlie Whitehurst, former Seattle Seahawk, played 2 years with Seattle, where he completed 54% of his passes. 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. And in the backfield, he's got Chris Gronkowski and Fozzie Whitaker. Gronkowski at fullback. Here's the handoff to Whitaker on the draw play. And he'll get across the 20-yard line where Big Red Bryant, 6'4", 323 pounds, brings him down.
Big Red got off the block, made the play at the line of scrimmage. Nice job by the Seahawk defensive lineman.
Chargers were impressive running the ball in that opening drive as well. They had 6 rushes for 29 yards. Ryan Matthews, 3 for 19. So he may be done for the evening as well, as Ronnie Brown now replaces Whitaker as the tailback for Charlie Whitehurst. Whitehurst to throw. And there's a miscommunication there as he throws deep, and Robert Meacham ran a short route.
I'm sure that when your receiver runs the wrong route, that you're very accepting when he comes back to the huddle.
Well, it's tough because he's reading the same thing as the quarterback's reading, right, and he's wrong most of the time. Because I got the ball, and when I throw it, you better be there.
That's right.
Anyway, we made it, kissed and made up later. Third down for Whitehurst, 3rd and 9. He step up, he's swatted, now he's going to run. He's at the 20, and he ain't going much farther. Falls forward, and there's a late hit, a late flag here. Ed Hockley came in and threw the flag. This may be a personal foul on Cam Chancellor.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 21. Late hit, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Charlie there gets away from the heat.
Yeah, late hit there by Antoine Winfield. Yeah, really late cheap shot there by Winfield, a 15-year veteran. That'll give the Chargers a free 15 yards. Winfield, the nickel corner, who's battling with Walter Thurman in that Seattle secondary for that nickel position. That won't gain him any brownie points with Pete Carroll. Gronkowski in motion. And here's Whitaker to the right side, and he'll break through for a couple. Alan Bradford with the tackle, the middle linebacker who was a running back at USC when Pete Carroll was coach there.
Love watching them running the football like they are, Dan, with the big fullback, speedy halfback, tailback, whatever. And it's a nice thing to see these guys just kind of controlling the drive, controlling the tempo, and then going down the field when they need to.
Gronkowski and Whitaker remain in the backfield. In motion, here's John Phillips. There's a counter play for Whitaker, and we got a flag down. Fozzie Whitaker gets out to about the 44-yard line, but Ed Hockley again with the throw of the flag. And he's going over to Seattle and tell him it's holding.
Offense, number 63, 10-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Johnny Troutman, the first-year player out of Penn State. It's called for the hold.
Well, yeah, I think when you kind of have him wrapped up like an embrace and it spins and the referee sees it, he's going to throw that flag.
Yeah, the defender got lower than Troutman, and Troutman did the do-si-do with him. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 18. Ronnie Brown now becomes the tailback for Charlie Whitehurst. And he'll get the ball in the draw play. Makes one guy miss, but not the second. In on that tackle again, Alan Bradford from his middle linebacker spot.
Solid play by the middle linebacker, Bradford. I really don't know what Ronnie Brown is supposed to do. It seems like that the line was moving, coming up the field, and there was really no clear place to go.
So a real long 3rd down and 17 for the Chargers. 3 wide receivers. Deep drop. And the throw, and it's knocked down at the line of scrimmage and almost intercepted. Looked like he was trying to hit a crossing route there.
Charlie took a shot.
Yeah, when you lose your helmet like that, that's a shot.
Right. Exactly.
Mike
Cyphers will stand inside his 20-yard line. Cyphers, who averaged 45 yards a punt last season, will be kicking it away to Golden Tate. There's a high spiral. Tate says, get away. The ball bounces at the 25-yard line, then goes out of bounds. So a flag is down in the backfield, and we'll see what this call is. 44-yard punt by Cyphers.
During the punt, holding by the receiving team, number 57. The 10-yard penalty is enforced from the dead ball spot. 1st down.
So that'll back up the Seahawks inside their 20-yard line. 3:02 to go here in the 1st quarter. Chargers 3, Seahawks nothing. Back at Qualcomm Stadium in San Diego, Dan Fouts and Billy Ray Smith with you. Chargers on top 3-0. This is what they've got ahead of them. We go back to Chicago. That game will be on ESPN. And then the final 2 preseason games at Arizona and here against the 49ers on Channel 8 and the Charger Television Network. That's Kristen Michael with the handoff right up the middle. Russell Wilson remains the quarterback for Pete Carroll and the Seahawks.
Kwame Gathers a really nice play on that. Caught the ball carrier, brought him down.
Wilson completed his first pass of the evening for 20 yards and missed on his last 2. It'll be 2nd down and 7 coming up. Michael remains the tailback. And it's a fake to Michael. Deep drop by Wilson. He's in trouble now. He spins away from Freeney. And he spins away from Legion and goes out of bounds. Russell Wilson.
He's spinning more than Dwight Freeney.
Russell's daddy played with the Chargers briefly, the late Harrison Wilson. And Russell was talking about how excited he was to be back here in San Diego, playing here at the same stadium his daddy played at.
Right.
Great job there of getting away from 2 pretty good tacklers in Freeney and Legion. We'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 for Wilson. Breathing hard after that escape route. Pocket collapses, and he still gets away. And he'll run, and he'll pick up the 1st down. Houdini.
So we have Freeney, they have Houdini.
And they got that guy, Russell Wilson. He finally ran into Eric Weddle after a 9-yard gain and a 1st down for Seattle.
Right, you see Larry English there coming from the left side. And I can tell you, when you have a quarterback that quick in the backfield, it slows your rush down because you know you have to have a controlled push up the field to be able to get to the quarterback, especially one like Russell Wilson.
1st and 10 for Wilson at the 26-yard line. Here's Michael left side behind Robinson, and they get a good gain on that left side. Michael Robinson, the fullback, led the way on Kendall Reyes, finally made the stop, but Robinson, an interesting story, a former quarterback at Penn State, bulked up and has been a very solid fullback for the Seahawks.
Get a fullback that size, put it behind that Seahawks offensive line, that tackle to tackle as big as any in the National Football League. This is how you build a running attack on the offensive side of the football.
Michael picked up 8 yards. And there's Michael again, and he's going to try to bounce it to the outside. He's knocked off his feet by Sharice Wright, or he might have had a big gain on that left side. Good vision, good quickness to get to the outside.
Trying to cut the ball back, and boy, that was a nice block from the wide receiver coming down on the Charger. Oof. That was very nice. That's the kind of thing that'll open up a whole huge gap.
Yeah, Golden Tate with a key block there. First down, Seattle. They're starting to mount a drive behind the running of Wilson and Michael. Fake to Michael. Pass complete out here to Tate. And Tate is going to get wrapped up. And they're going to whistle him dead. Forward progress. Sharice Wright with the stop there. And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Charger preseason football, and the Chargers lead the Seahawks 3-0. Start of the second quarter here in San Diego. The Chargers on top, 3-0. Impressive first quarter for San Diego, and we're going to get a look at a lot of new faces throughout this ball game and throughout the preseason.
Love the first round pick. I think anytime you get a player that has been taught by one of the great coaches in college football, then you can't go wrong. I think especially from that program, Alabama, it's an automatic.
And how about the coaching that Manti Te'o got from Notre Dame? So you're picking players from solid programs. That's always a good idea. We'll be keeping our eye on Te'o as the Seahawks starting to gain a little bit of momentum. Golden Tate got 3 yards on that last play of the first quarter. Here's Wilson, and he throws quickly down the sidelines, and a fine catch there. Jermaine Kearse did not make the catch as he went to the ground.
Some nice pressure, too, from Donald Butler getting up the middle and almost gets to the quarterback in time.
3rd and 7.
A couple of new corners for San Diego. Derek Cox, who came over from Jacksonville, and Sharice Wright, the third-year player out of USC. A lot of pressure on those two. And that time there was good coverage by Cox as he forced that high throw from Wilson. 3rd down and 7. Johnson almost jumps, and now somebody moves along that offensive line. Looked like Russell Okung may have moved after Johnson got back.
The center was on top of it enough. I think that he probably caught the defender into the...
Correction. False start. Offense number 63. The defender was backing out when the ball was snapped. Snap infraction. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
And number 63, Rashad Johnson. Jarrett Johnson gets back.
Right.
It looked like a false snap there that time by Lemuel Jean-Pierre.
It was a snap infraction. I don't know that I've heard that at a National Football League game.
3rd and 12. Wilson throws, and again throws too high. Really good double coverage on the receiver on the near sideline. Baldwin was the intended receiver, but Darryl Stuckey was right there. And that'll be a big 3rd down play for San Diego's defense. Last year, they ranked 29th against 3rd down conversion attempts by their opponent.
So Wilson, the release that he has, Dan, really quick. I mean, the guy gets rid of the ball so fast.
Josh Johnson is deep for San Diego. This is a John Ryan punt, and it will go over everybody's head and across the goal line and out of the back of the end zone. The Chargers will take over the 20-yard line after that 65-yard punt. Just underway here in the second quarter. Chargers on top 3-0. One of the inactive players tonight is Danny Woodhead. A lot of fans anxious to see how he is utilized by Mike McCoy and Ken Wisenhunt. Exciting young player. 5 wide receivers for Charlie Whitehurst. 1st and 10 from the 20. Whitehurst to throw. And he's going to try and squeeze the ball in there. Dan DePalma, the intended receiver, really tight coverage that time. Maxwell on the coverage. A lot of second teamers now seeing action on both sides of the ball. DJ Fluker is out, replaced by Mike Harris at the right tackle position. With Darius Green at tight end. And here's the handoff to Whitaker, left side, across the 25. Good run by Fozzie Whitaker.
Love the speed, love the quick breaks. I mean, reminds you of what we had with the Darren Sproles. That kind of movement, that kind of change of direction.
13 yards that time for Foz Whitaker, first-year player out of the University of Texas. He was with the Arizona Cardinals last year. He'll remain the tailback behind Whitehurst. And he'll get the ball right side. He stumbles a little bit, and he's hitting the backfield. Blitzing through there for Seattle.
Ty Powell making the play on there, getting up the field.
Lost 2 yards on the play. And Whitehurst to throw again. Whitaker is open. The flag is thrown. It could be holding against San Diego. Although Johnny Troutman had his helmet taken off, that might be illegal hands to the face by Seattle.
Automatic first down.
Yeah, Jordan Hill with the hands to the face of Johnny Troutman.
And this is against the rules. You can't just take your hands and run them up into somebody's face.
So it'll be first down for San Diego out to the 36-yard line. Whitaker, the tailback. 2 wide receivers for Whitehurst, and he's looking left. Pressured. Now another flag is down, and they'll throw the ball in the direction of Whitaker, and another penalty. That time it looks like Malcolm Smith may be called for a personal foul, late hit on that incomplete pass.
There were fouls by both teams on the play, holding by the offense, number 72. There was also a personal foul, unnecessary roughness by the defense, number 53, a hit, helmet-to-helmet hit to a defenseless player. The foul is offset. Replay first down.
There's another look at it. Charlie goes back, starts to scramble out, gets rid of it.
We're going to get Stephen Schilling for the hold and Malcolm Smith for the cheap shot. 12:58 to go, first half. Chargers on top, 3-0. Whitehurst goes under center, puts Green in motion. And he'll hand to Whitaker. And Whitaker will cross the 35-yard line, barely. And he'll be dropped in the backfield. No gain on the play.
Just one too many moves. I think he was a little frustrated when he got up, because I think he saw a break. Maybe went the other way. Faze.
Second and 10 for Whitehurst as he comes again under center. And Whitaker with a big hole up the middle. Fine job there, David Moak, the center. Ron Johnson finally makes the stop, but Another positive gain on the ground right up the middle.
Yeah, it was a fantastic play. Doing a nice job. Just a little bit of tap play on that center and then move him out of the way, that nose guard. And that's perfect.
9 yards on the pickup. Whitaker 6 carries now for 23 yards. He remains the lone tailback. De Palma in motion. And we got a fumbled snap. Illegal start. Penalties all over the field.
False start, snap infraction, center. 5-yard penalty, it's 3rd down.
Second-year pro out of Michigan, David Mock with a false start on the snap. Chargers lucky they did not drop that snap. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 after being right there at 3rd and 1.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing that a new coach, a brand new head coach, not real thrilled about.
Here's Meacham in motion. 3rd and 6 for Whitehurst, and he throws and it's incomplete. It looked like there was contact down the field. Jerron Johnson on Meacham, and he may get called for the pass interference.
Pass interference, defense, number 32. The ball is placed at the spot of the foul, 1st down.
Now, Jerron, you know they're going to call everything, so don't even give them a chance.
And they are calling everything, actually.
They are tonight.
Every play, they're calling a different penalty.
Wow, I've heard snap infractions, and this has been very educational.
It's preseason for the officials. They're getting a workout. 1st and 10 for San Diego at the 45-yard line. Gronkowski and Whitaker in the backfield. Fake to Whitaker. Whitehurst steps up under pressure. And he'll get away from a couple, and he'll pick up a couple. Running for his life. Jordan Hill with the initial pressure.
I don't know, 6'5", 228. He's pretty good. And he's got Seahawks chasing him all over the field.
You know, he had a less than wonderful experience in Seattle.
I've heard.
And anxious to show what he can do here with the Chargers against his old team. Picked up 3 yards on that play. Here's the pitch to Whitaker, right side. Makes one miss across the 50-yard line. Fine move in the backfield by Fozzie Whitaker.
Well, it was either make a move or just get planted. I mean, there was a Seahawk defender coming up the field and pretty much zeroing in. Yeah, missed him though. Very nice move.
And Jerron Johnson missing the tackle after getting called for pass interference. Give Whitaker 6 yards on that carry. 5 wide receivers again for Whitehurst as they are now in Seahawk territory at the 49. Pressure again, nobody picking up the blitzing outside linebacker. Time coming through, it's Malcolm Smith with the tackle, but nobody was there to pick him up.
Off the offensive left side. You can see Smith turns the corner.
Loss of 7.
Blown protection. Yeah, and I guess that's another thing that drives new coaches absolutely out of their minds.
And rookie Richard Kent with his first attempt in the NFL. He sends a low spiral. That ball will bounce at the 17-yard line, and he'll be down inside the 10-yard line. So about a 40-yard punt that rolls an extra 7 yards. Chargers on top, 3-0. .9:29 to go here in the first half with the Chargers on top, 3-0. Seahawks backed up at their own 9-yard line to start this possession. And BR, I think the officials are having a little bit of time catching their breath, and they're going to be icing their arm, all the penalties they've thrown in the last couple of drives.
No question.
Brady Quinn is the new quarterback for Seattle. And the Notre Dame star. And we'll hand to the right side. That's Michael. And Michael get out across the 10-yard line. We're happy to be joined now by the Chief Executive Officer of the San Diego Chargers, A.G. Spanos. And A.G., you've got to be excited about the direction this team is headed in.
Yeah, this is the start of a new era. This is really exciting. This is the first time this team is on the field. We've got a lot going on, new uniforms and all.
Tell us what's coming in the near future for the fans.
Well, the biggest change was, we got a great schedule. That's the first thing, right?
Absolutely.
We got a lot of great games that people should be excited about. A couple Monday night football games. We got Dallas Cowboys coming to town, New York Giants. So we're still selling season tickets. As you see tonight, we have stickers on season tickets that are still available. Seats that are still available. So if you want to get down to Gate C at the ticket office or go to chargers.com and check out, we have a new virtual venue seating map that's kind of a virtual reality where you can check out each seat that's available and spin around and see the 360 view from that vantage point.
Wow. That's amazing. I had no idea that was available.
Yeah, well, something new. This has been a theme about new stuff this year.
Sure.
I feel like there's been a lot of big changes. You know, obviously at the head coach and GM level, but also on the business side, there's a lot of new stuff going on.
Very cool.
Now the season tickets for the Chargers. You talked about that Monday night opener against the Houston Texans. Charger fans will get to see one of their native sons, Arian Foster, who went to high school at Mission Bay High School. Turned into just an outstanding tailback for the Texans. That'll be a good one. This is third down for Brady Quinn. Going over the middle, he's got wide open is his tight end, Luke Wilson. And Wilson across the 25-yard line will pick up a Seattle first down. That's the best pass protection that the Seahawks quarterbacks have had all night.
It's funny it comes when Brady Quinn is at the helm.
So that'll pick up a first down for the Seahawks. AG, you ever play a little football?
Played at the high school level and 1 year in college, but nothing to compare to two Chargers Hall of Famers.
Well, what position did you play?
In high school, excuse me. In high school, I played defensive back, and then I played 1 year at backup quarterback. So.
Backup quarterback.
Yeah.
How far back were you?
Pretty far back. Pretty far back. I brought the balls to practice. Type quarterback.
And now you own the team. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a family passion of ours. You know, we grew up with football. We talk it around the dinner table every night. So it's in our blood. So
Excellent.
So first down, or second down rather, and 10 yards to go for the Seahawks. And here's Michael, right side, cutting back over the middle out to the 30-yard line. Pretty vanilla offenses for both these teams. Not a lot of trickery, not a lot of formations.
3rd and 7 from the 30.
Pete Carroll, fourth year now with Seattle. 7-9 his first 2 years, 11-5 last year when they won 6 straight, heading into the playoffs. Third down and 7 for Brady Quinn. He's going to throw it deep down the right sideline. Really tight coverage there, and the ball is incomplete. Steve Williams, the rookie out of California, stride for stride.
How great was that?
That was perfect coverage.
Yeah, Stevie Williams running around. I mean, step for step with the wide. As a matter of fact, getting a little bit ahead of him and breaking up the pass. Yeah, that's perfect. That's picture perfect.
Now John Ryan back to punt for Seattle. And AG, we appreciate you standing in here and giving us the lowdown on what fans can expect here at the Q this season. That's Josh Johnson. He muffs the punt, goes back to the 10-yard line, and he's not going to go much farther as he breaks a couple of tackles and a great effort out to the 17, 18-yard line by Josh Johnson. AG, best of luck to you this season.
thank you, Dan. Appreciate it.
You bet.
Thanks for coming by. Let's see, AG.
7:03 to go, first half. Chargers 3, Seahawks nothing. Back in Qualcomm Stadium. Fans liking this 3-0 lead for San Diego. They also have the edge statistically. They've run netting 100 yards so far in this first half. Seattle just 65 yards. The 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line for Whitehurst. There's Whitaker. And Whitaker will move the pile across the 20-yard line. Whitaker showing good power, good quickness, good speed.
Well, I mean, I think it all comes from that leverage, Dan. I mean, he's not the biggest back out there, and really knows how to lower his pads and make his yardage.
5'10", 202 pounds, out of the University of Texas, where they do know about football. 2nd down and 6 for Whitehurst. Whitaker now 8 carries for 30 yards. Fake to Whitaker, quick pass to DePalma. And DePalma will get out to the 24-yard line and then go backwards. Big physical secondary for Seattle. And that stopped DePalma quickly.
Dron Johnson doing a great job. You're right. That physical secondary, that was a great example. Perfect form tackling.
So another 3rd down situation for Whitehurst and the Chargers as we move under 6 minutes to go first half. DePalma in motion. Whitehurst looking to the right side, looking for DePalma. He's got it, and he'll be tackled right at the 30-yard line, and that will be good enough for the 1st down. Walter Thurman a little bit late on the coverage.
But the ball was right on time. That was a fantastic throw.
Yeah, I like that bunch route too. Very difficult on a defense, isn't it?
Yeah, very difficult. DePalma, great job making the catch, getting down, and getting the 1st down.
At the 30-yard line, here's Whitaker. He'll lower his head and not get much. Running behind Max Starks and King Dunlap, of course, in a real battle for that left tackle starting position.
No gain. 2nd and 10.
3 wide receivers for Whitehurst on this 2nd down and 10. Got DePalma at midfield, and he makes the high catch and out of bounds. Good job by Whitehurst buying time, fading to his left, keeping his eyes down the field and finding DePalma.
And I mean, they were coming after Charlie. He was in serious trouble. Nice job picking up that blitzing linebacker, and then putting the ball right on the money.
DePalma
makes the catch.
5'11", went up high to catch that ball. And the Chargers again in Seahawk territory at the 48-yard line. Give DePalma and Whitehurst a 22-yard gain. Here's Whitaker cutting back over the middle. He'll pick up a couple. Jay Howard with the stop there. See Dombrowski in there and Malk. Troutman. The guy's getting a chance here.
I'm sorry.
Well, we haven't seen any up-tempo offense here tonight. We talked about that with Coach McCoy.
Right.
But seeing that we've got 2nd and 3rd teamers in there, maybe it's not the right time yet.
Yeah, and maybe something that you want to kind of keep in your pocket until you open up the season.
Pickup of 2 that time for Whitaker. Whitehurst. Now he'll run out of the pocket again. Flag is down late, and Whitehurst will be out of bounds.
That was a fairly long quarterback scramble. I mean, as far as just time is concerned.
Personal foul, offense, number 63, an illegal peelback block, 15 yards from the previous spot. Repeat 2nd down.
And Johnny Troutman with the penalty on Jay Howard, and Howard was slow to get up.
Yeah, you just see it on the lower right side of the screen there. And this is illegal in the National Football League.
That is a huge penalty because it's a spot of the penalty foul. Try to move the ball back. Bring up a 2nd down and 23 for Whitehurst. Michael Hill now in the game for San Diego. And he'll get this pass from Whitehurst across the 45-yard line. Alan Bradford with another stop. Michael Hill comes into the game, catches the ball, and then gets a rest on the sidelines. Not a bad gig.
No, for like a 5-yard curl out of the backfield.
2:30 to go here in the first half for the Chargers. Whitaker comes back into the game with the tailback to the left side of Whitehurst. Whitehurst stands in and he throws. That ball is intercepted. Intercepted by Seattle. Down the sidelines. They go with it. And stepping in front to make that catch is Byron Maxwell. Super grab on the interception for Seattle.
Super grab and a nice effort by Robert Meacham, realizing the situation and making the tackle. So Maxwell could have been all the way to the end zone.
And we had a penalty on the play apparently.
After the interception and after the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, San Diego, number 62. Hit after the play. 15 yards, first down.
Brandon Dombrowski with the personal foul penalty, and that'll move the ball deep into Charger territory for Seattle. That was excellent coverage by Maxwell.
Did Dombrowski, I don't know, jump on the pile? Was it something about the lateness of the hit? Oh.
Yeah, that'll get flag every time.
And he looked so innocent.
So the Seahawks will have the ball at the 14-yard line when we come back. Chargers on top 3-0. Back at Qualcomm Stadium in San Diego, Dan Fouts and Billy Ray Smith with you. And the Chargers, this has got to make Mike McCoy happy. The time of possession edge, almost 3-1 for San Diego.
That, on the other hand, won't make him happy. Interceptions, fumbles, any kind of turnover.
Yeah, well, that was a mental mistake by Dombrowski, and those are the type of things you can put up with physical mistakes, but the mental mistakes will get you a trip on the waiver wire. 1st and 10 for Brady Quinn. Spencer Ware is the tailback. Quinn to the end zone, incomplete. Steve Williams with the coverage that time on Brett Swain, the former San Diego State Aztec. Watch him run the post route.
There it is.
This ball is thrown behind Swain, or he's got himself a touchdown. We're used to make a lot of touchdowns for the Aztecs. Ware and Coleman in the backfield for Quinn. Here's Ware, and Ware is hit at the line of scrimmage. Sean Cattouse with the tackle, and that will bring us to the 2-minute warning. It'll be 3rd down and 7 from the 11-yard line for Seattle when we come back. Chargers, Seahawks, preseason football. Minutes to go here in the first half from Qualcomm Stadium. Chargers facing a 3rd down here for Seattle. All at the 11-yard line. Well, here's the story on Mike McCoy. 2nd youngest head coach in Charger history. And the 2nd youngest head coach in the NFL right now. He's a former quarterback. And in fact, he played on the last Long Beach State 49er team before they dropped football. Transferred to the University of Utah, where he had an outstanding career. A man with a plan, wouldn't you say?
Oh, I think a definite plan, Dan.
Spencer Ware will be the halfback to the right side of Brady Quinn. In motion is Swain. Quinn looking left, over the middle, touchdown Seattle. Wide open, Jermaine Kearse.
Wow. Really nice. It looked like Darryl Stuckey kind of bit on the move that Brady Quinn gave him. If you watch him, he'll and yeah, I think Stuckey maybe broke up on the ball too soon.
Stephen Hauschka will come on to add the extra point for Seattle. Jermaine Kearse, a second-year player out of the University of Washington, a favorite up there in Seattle to make this ball club, and he helped his cause with that catch. Hauschka puts it through the uprights, and Seattle jumps up on top. 7-3, 1:56 to go, first half. Seattle's on the board after a 3-play, 14-yard drive that consumed 16 seconds. Brady Quinn hitting Jermaine Kearse for the 11-yard touchdown. And here's a fine kickoff by Hauschka all the way back to Richard Goodman. And we talked about the offensive tempo and what Mike McCoy wants to see. I asked him about it in practice yesterday.
Well, I think number one is, you know, it's going to change from week to week, depending on how we're going to attack a certain team. But I think I've learned a lot in the past couple of years about, you know, playing as fast as you can, whether that's you know, huddling, not huddling, whatever it is, changing from week to week. But you know, I want to get as many plays offensively on a week-to-week basis as we can.
Doubtful we'll see the up-tempo offense this evening, but this is a chance for Whitehurst to run the 2-minute offense for the Chargers. He spreads Whitaker way to the far side of the field. He looks to the near side, down the middle. Here goes Keenan Allen, lays out, can't quite catch up to that one.
Oh, and it's so frustrating for Keenan Allen because that was just off his fingertips. Charlie just needed to bring that just a little bit back.
Well, I love the effort, though. Watch this layout here by Allen. Walter Thurman on the coverage. Those two played against each other in the Pac-12. Allen at Cal, Thurman at Oregon.
Game of inches.
Second down and 10 now. Whitehurst to throw again. And that ball almost intercepted, and a flag is thrown. Again, it looked like Byron Maxwell got his hands on that ball, but did he get his hands on the receiver as well?
Before the pass was thrown, holding defense number 41. That's a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot and an automatic first down.
So the reason Byron Maxwell was able to make the play on the ball because he grabbed the receiver.
Had his hands all over number 12, Robert Meacham. That'll be a first down automatically for San Diego. The ball out to the 25-yard line. Whitaker remains the tailback. Whitehurst steps up, throws under pressure, and a fine throw to Palman. He can't make the catch. Going to the ground. That's one you've got to make to pay off your quarterback for making a good play to get the ball off to begin with.
Well, also, I mean, the quarterback gets crushed after he makes that throw. And Charlie, nice. It's nice to see him get up and shake it off and get back in the huddle.
Vincent Moyoa was the hitter on the hittee Whitehurst. 1:38 to go, first half. Second and 10 for the Chargers. Whitehurst looking to the right side. He's got Allen, and Allen's got the ball short of the first down. Allen with a couple of catches tonight.
And that one's really clean, by the way. That was a very nicely run play.
Third and short. Here's Whitaker, and Whitaker will pick up the first down with second effort there as he crosses the 35-yard line.
Take a look at Keenan Allen. Nice move inside, plants his foot, bam, ball's right there.
Chargers have all 3 timeouts as we move under 1 minute. Ball placed at the 36-yard line. Whitehurst drills the ball into DePalma that time. He's pushed backwards. Walter Thurman on the stop, but that's going to be good for a couple of yards as Whitehurst calls timeout. It's the first of the first half.
Walter Thurman with the tackle.
Whitehurst hanging in there in the pocket. Really, that was a fine strike to DePalma. This is what the Chargers have to start the season. We talked about that opener on a Monday night against the Texans. Go back and check out Chip Kelly, the new head coach for the Philadelphia Eagles. Very attractive home schedule. Dallas coming to town, Indianapolis, Andrew Luck.
It's a nice schedule.
2nd and 2 for Whitehurst. 46 seconds to go. Pressured, and he just throws the ball in the direction of Ladarius Green. Jordan Hill with the pressure. Every time it appears that Whitehurst goes back to pass, he's under tremendous heat.
Boy, he really does a nice job getting away there. I thought he was dead to rights. I thought it was over. Nice job, Charlie.
3rd down and 2. We'll see what Ken Wisenhunt calls on this 3rd and 2. With 39 seconds to go, Chargers have 2 timeouts. DePalma in motion. And DePalma gets it, and he's got the catch. He's got the first down, but he cannot keep on his feet to get out of bounds. Walter Thurman jumps on his back. Clock continues to roll. Whitehurst has 2 timeouts to work with. Over the middle, incomplete, intercepted. Off the hands of Allen. It's picked up by Chris Maragos, and Maragos will take the ball into Seattle territory. We have a penalty flag back where Allen was attempting to make that catch. We may have an illegal hit on Allen.
I think that's exactly what you're going to have. Very nice interception by Maragos, but it may be coming back.
Maragos brought the ball back 29 yards.
The block was not initiated below the waist. The interception stands. First down.
Well, Charlie Whitehurst just let this one go. Just a little bit too far out, enough to where the ball is just tipped to a defender and turns the ball over.
And there was no illegal hit on Allen. It was the block right there that was considered a legal block by Jeremy Lane. So the Seahawks will try a long field goal. Hauschka's career long is 54 yards. This one is going to be over 60 yards, be about 61 yards. John Ryan will hold it. Clint Grisham will snap it. And Pete Carroll will hold his breath.
Yes, he will.
This is a smart play. You have as much chance of making this as completing a Hail Mary.
Right.
Although the Seahawks are pretty good at completing Fail Marys, if you remember the Green Bay game from last year.
Yes.
Here's Hauschka. And he's going to come up. Hits the crossbar. No good.
Oh.
A game of inches.
That's exactly what it is.
Stephen Hauschka from 61 yards. How close was it? That's where John Madden would say, doink. We can't print what Pete Carroll just said there. Well, that's the end of the first half. Yep, it's a game of inches, Pete Carroll.
It is.
Chargers and Seahawks, first preseason game of the 2013 season. Seattle on top, 7-3. Minutes away for the start of the third quarter here in San Diego. You know, Dwight Freeney comes over from the Indianapolis Colts, and we asked Mike McCoy about his hidden value.
The best coverage is a great pass rush, and so he's going to bring something off the edge, and I think the players have kind of all watched him on a day-to-day basis on some things, and he's taught some of the guys certain moves that he's used over his career. So it was great the other day seeing Larry English on one of Dwight's patented spin moves, and it's like, hold on a second now, where'd you learn that one?
And we saw the pressure that Freeney put on Russell Wilson early in the game when he was in the ball game. That's exactly what the Chargers need.
Well, it's fantastic when a different generation of player can come in and impart that wisdom and those techniques, especially for somebody like Dwight Freeney. It is invaluable.
Here's Nick Novak with another booming kickoff that sends Christine Michael hesitating and now taking a knee. We saw a lot of blue shirts coming at him unblocked.
Yeah.
So for Seattle, they'll take over 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line, and Brady Quinn will be the quarterback. He's in a real battle for the backup spot behind Russell Wilson with Tavares Jackson, who was the Seahawks starting quarterback in 2011.
And I would think Tavares might have an edge because he is a faster quarterback, better scrambling skills than Brady Quinn.
And we got a false start. Chargers looked like they were coming with a blitz, and that caused the offensive lineman to move. Number 63,
False
Rashad
start,
Johnson.
Offense, number 63. 5-yard penalty. It's 1st down.
Yeah, it's almost like contagious. One offensive lineman moves and they all start to move. I mean, it's just, you know, they don't want to be the last guy off the ball.
Yeah, Andrew Gatchkar was coming up, looked like he wanted to blitz, and that got Johnson's attention. Here's a handoff to Christine Michael, and Michael will pick up that 5 yards and more as he refuses to go down. Christine Michael, whose name, when you first look at it, looks like Christine.
Yes.
But we do not pronounce the long I, so it's Kristen. Sean Cattouse with credit with that tackle.
I'm sure that explanation worked when he was in 3rd or 4th grade and trying to tell his boys about that.
I bet there were a few fisticuffs traded there. They'll give Michael a 4-yard gain there. Check it, 9-yard gain because there was a 5-yard penalty. Here he's going to try that left side again, and he likes that left side. Big gain by Michael. Frank Beltre with the stop, but not before Michael picks up another sizable gain for the 1st down.
And you're seeing the heft of that Seattle offensive line, just absolutely huge from tackle to tackle. And I mean, they get that momentum going at some point. I mean, it's sometimes impossible to stop.
Michael will be joined by Derek Coleman in the backfield. Quinn under center. And his tight end, Sean McGrath, in motion. Michael, right side, and he's hitting the backfield. Big hit that time by Torek Williams. As Williams totally unblocked. Brought down Michael in the backfield.
Here's Torek Williams, 6th rounder. All Sun Belt Conference from Florida International, making a very nice play up the field. I hate those short running backs because they end up hitting you in the chin instead of where you're planning on hitting them.
Well, between the tackles, it's legal to still lower your head as a running back. But if you get out in the open field, if you lower your head and attack the defender, that's going to be a penalty on the running back. New rule change in the NFL this season. Fake to Michael. Quinn with the quick bootleg. He's got his tight end there. That's Luke Wilson. And Wilson will be brought down by Cattouse after a short gain.
Cattouse doing a nice job sniffing out the play, coming up and putting the ball carrier down. Now that's a form tackle. We're just talking about the rules and how they've changed. That will never be an illegal hit. That was a good shoulder to thigh takedown.
That'll bring up a 3rd down and 8. Chargers looking to blitz, and here they come right up the middle. Quinn dumps it over the middle, and that'll be caught, but it'll be short of the first down. Looks like Steve Williams made that stop.
And Andrew Gajkar just, had a really nice angle on the ball. Does a nice job cutting the receiver off, then closes on him, and doesn't get into the play.
Bates with that catch, but way short of the first down. So John Ryan will come on. He had a 65-yarder in the first half. This will be an end-over-end punt. Josh Johnson signals for the fair catch. He does not make the catch. He did not touch the ball. The ball goes back into the end zone, where it will come out to the 20-yard line. Kyle Nelson couldn't keep it out of the end zone, so the Chargers will take over at the 20-yard line. Back at Qualcomm Stadium in San Diego, the Chargers with their first possession here in the second half. Charlie Whitehurst in that first half completed 7 out of 15 throws for 59 yards. He was picked off once, sacked once. Actually, he's picked off twice. The one interception led to the Seahawk lone touchdown. See what Whitehurst can do as he's got Chris Gronkowski in the backfield in front of Fozzie Whitaker, and Whitaker will get the carry, getting up the middle, cuts to the left side. Nice vision by Whitaker to see that hole.
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was very similar to a kind of jab-o T action up front, and the fullback was actually the leading lineman. If you get my drift, you can see Gronkowski out in front of him and already engaging the linebacker. That's a really nice play.
I love when you talk football, jab-o T, whatever that means. Who's Jabbo?
That's in Star Wars, man. Come on.
6 yards for Whitaker that time, and he's going to get nothing this time. In fact, he might lose a couple.
I'll stick with the cute stuff.
Yeah, they didn't run that jab-o T that time. Wow. John Lutulele with the tackle that time. And it'll be a loss on the play for Whitaker.
If it's not a pass, it's bad, right? That's what you're saying? Quarterback.
Whitaker averaged 3.1 yards a carry in that first half as he's getting a lot of work tonight. 13 carries so far. Chargers just 3 of 9 converting third downs. This will be 3rd and 7 for Whitehurst. DePalma in short motion. Good protection this time for Whitehurst. Now he's in trouble, and now he goes down. Benson Mayowa with the stop there. First sack of the night for Mawoya.
And, Nick Beckton was doing a great job. He's the rookie out of Virginia Tech, and did a nice job, gave him enough time. Quarterback's got to know he's got to get out of there.
Well, Richard Kent will get another try to impress the coaches. Unlikely that he might unseat Mike Cyphers as a Charger punter. And maybe an audition for another ball club. Nice long high spiral. Walter Thurman back at about the 26-yard line. Come right up the middle. 40, 50. Thurman, one man to beat. And Kent trips him up just enough for the Charger pursuit to bring him down. Walter Thurman, hardly any moves at all, just straight up the field, and a big return for the Seahawks. 55-yard punt and a 50-yard return for the Oregon Duck. This will give Seattle great field position to start this second half, their second drive of the second half. Again, Brady Quinn remains the quarterback. If it wasn't for that little dive there by Kent, Thurman scores.
Yeah, it was a good job getting a hand on him.
Ball is placed at the 28-yard line. Quinn with pressure right up the middle, fades away from it, and he throws long, and he's got his man inside the 10-yard line. Diving catch by Cooper Helfet. Cattouse on the coverage, but a super throw by Brady Quinn for 23 yards and a first down at the 5-yard line for Seattle.
Quick pressure, too. The quarterback did a nice job getting out of there, getting some space, making some time so he can throw that football.
And lucky Cattouse gets a hand on the foot right there of Helfet, or Helfet could have gotten up and gotten in the end zone. First and goal from the 5. Quinn to throw. He dumps it outside here to Derek Coleman, and Coleman, former running back out of UCLA, will take the ball down about the 2-yard line.
And it's Cattouse again. Really nice entry on the play. Makes the tackle. He's a very busy safety.
Touchdown saving tackle by Cattouse. Second down and goal from the 2-yard line. Coleman in the game as the tailback. Spencer Ware as well. And the ball is handed to Ware.
Nice.
And Ware is stacked up at the line of scrimmage. He won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. In fact, the entire middle of that Charger defense, led by Frank Beltre, the rookie out of Townsend.
Beltre makes a great play. I mean, just blows the entire play up.
Yeah, he met the fullback, Coleman, and just gave Spencer Ware nowhere to run. Third down and goal. Ball back at the 4-yard line. Quinn to throw, looking left to the end zone, overthrown, incomplete. Steve Williams with the coverage on the tight end that time. And Quinn just sailed it too far. Got to give your receiver some chance to make this catch.
I thought Steve kind of lost track of the ball, and then he runs into the receiver, and boy, the way they've been calling it today, I thought we'd have a flag out.
Yeah, Brett Swain, the intended receiver. So it would be Hauschka. Check that, Carson Wiggs, first-year player out of Purdue, will try a 22-yard field goal. Ryan puts it down, and Wiggs puts it through. So the 50-yard punt return by Walter Thurman sets up the Seahawks. They cash in with 3 points, and they lead the Chargers 10-3. Carson Wiggs has the ball teed up at the 35-yard line. That was a 5-play drive, 24 yards. It down to the 4-yard line where the Seahawks had to settle for a 22-yard field goal by Carson Wiggs. All set up by the Walter Thurman punt return of 50 yards. 7.5 to go here, third quarter. Carson Wiggs kicking off to Richard Goodman and Michael Hill. Nice high end-over-end kick, and this will be brought out of the end zone by Goodman. Is at the 20, across the 20, and not much farther. Does a good job of hanging onto the ball. Spencer Ware with the tackle for Seattle. 26-yard return by Goodman. Charger ball when we come back. Charger football at the 22-yard line to start this drive for Charlie Whitehurst. Got to make the team on special teams sometimes, huh, BR?
Yes, you do, and you want to be an NFL player. Boy, running on the field on kickoffs, that is certainly one of the big tests you'll have to pass. Very nice job by Derek Coleman, kind of piling it up there.
So Whitehurst remains the quarterback for San Diego. And they'll hand the ball to Michael Hill. And Hill will get a couple on the left side. Michael Hill, the rookie out of Missouri Western, a free agent. Fozzie Whitaker has been the primary running back for San Diego this evening. Ryan Matthews started well in that first half. He had 3 carries for 19 yards, a long of 9. Second down and 8 for San Diego. Here's Whitaker. And he's going to try the middle again across the 25-yard line out to the 26. We also will see Brad Sorensen, the rookie out of Southern Utah, quarterback. He'll be replacing Whitehurst probably after this drive, I would think, BR.
In his career, his collegiate career, about 61 touchdowns and 27 INTs. It's a pretty decent ratio.
Yeah, I don't care what league you're playing in.
That's
It's
right.
pretty darn good. There's Sorensen, number 4, waiting his turn. 3rd down and 7 now for Whitehurst. A lot of time now. The time runs out, and he goes down again. 3rd sack of the night on Charlie Whitehurst. Heath Farwell, the 9-year veteran out of San Diego State, with that tackle. And it looks like Fozzie Whitaker is slow to get up.
Yeah, he was part of the protection for Charlie, or the lack thereof. They brought 6. Chargers didn't have enough to keep him out, and the quarterback goes down.
This is Whitaker on the ground. Chargers, of course, lost Benario Alexander to a ACL knee injury this week. We're going to step aside with 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter as the medical staff takes out a look at Fozzie Whitaker. The sidelines, Fozzie Whitaker being checked out on the sidelines by head trainer James Collins on the left side of the screen. Richard Kent is back at this 4-yard line to kick the ball away to Will Blackman. Kent had a 55-yarder last time. And again, a nice high, long spiral. And this will be returned from the 31-yard line by Blackman. Going to the left side. At the 40, 45, still on his feet at midfield. Another fine return for the Seahawks special teams. 50-yard punt, 19 yards returning by Will Blackman. And it's our pleasure to introduce Sean Cavanaugh, head chef extraordinaire.
Absolutely.
For Center Plate. What do you got there, man?
Well, we have our San Diego Smokehouse Barbecue downstairs, which is a new concept this year where we're smoking all of our meats in-house. Brisket, barbecue pulled pork, which I brought you guys to try today. It's really good. We're smoking it over California cherry wood. And then we have our Center Plate all-natural program, which are natural chicken tenders is another concept. We have hand-breaded, all-natural chicken we bread in our kitchens and send down, and then we have a grass-fed natural beef hamburger in that stand, and then garlic fries, which are really great.
Wow, that's fantastic. Now, chicken breast for you, chicken fingers?
No,
or do
I
you
want the pulled pork. Yeah, I want the pulled
I brought
pork.
2 pulled pork.
You did?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
So there's a lot of new things for the fans when they come to Qualcomm this
There's
year.
a lot of new things everywhere, from the 2 items I just talked about to we have some fresh. I'm choking.
No,
Help me out.
no.
I have some nacho. Some out of bounds nachos where we're doing also the pulled pork and the barbacoa that we do, and it's just some really great items.
The pork just looks fantastic.
I like the
already.
popcorn bag you brought up. What's the deal? The popcorn is
Popcorn?
2 different colors.
We're doing the Chargers colored popcorn.
Unbelievable. And it's like power blue too, isn't it? Thanks for joining us, Chef.
Chef
Sean Cavanaugh.
Nice job.
Award-winning chef, and try everything he's got to offer here when you come out to the queue. 3rd down and 7 for the Seahawks at the Charger 47-yard line. Tavares Jackson, the new quarterback, and he's going for all of it down the left sidelines, and that ball is caught at the 5-yard line. Super catch over the shoulder down the field. And this is a young man who's trying to make the ball club. Not Jackson, but this guy at the end of this play.
Stephen Williams from Toledo.
Stephen Williams. So we got a couple of Stephen Williams.
Yeah,
One
we
on
do.
The Chargers sideline. In fact, my cousin's name is Stephen Williams.
Well, it wasn't your cousin.
No, and that was a great catch for 41 yards by Stephen Williams. Here's a handoff, and here's a touchdown. Seattle touchdown for Spencer Ware, the rookie out of LSU. Again, it's a punt return that sparked this drive for Seattle. Blackman with a 19-yard return, and then a 41-yard bomb from Jackson to Johnson, or Williams rather, and then Ware takes it in easily.
And Jarius Wynn, number 99 for the Chargers. Boy, he just missed an opportunity. Had a chance to make that play, and pretty much whiffed it.
Yeah, he might have been smelling some of those garlic fries. They're pretty
the
strong.
pulled pork, right?
All we need now, BR, is a cold, frosty one.
That's exactly
17-3, Seahawks on top. 4:06 to go, third quarter. We'll be right back. .406 to go in the third quarter as the Seahawks again capitalize on good field position after a fine punt return. Carson Wiggs has the ball teed up. Back deep for San Diego, Michael Hill and Richard Goodman. Goodman about 7 yards deep in the end zone. And that's right about where he'll catch this one, and he'll bring it out. Trying the right side this time, and he's hit before he gets to the 15-yard line. Injuries have been a real problem throughout the NFL, and it hit hard against the Chargers this week when this man, Denario Alexander, went down with an ACL, and he will miss the rest of this season. Big loss.
Oh, it's huge. Yeah, I mean, Dan, especially when you look at the situation at wide receiver, and now the question is who's going to step up and fill that spot.
Well, filling the quarterback spot now for San Diego will be Brad Sorensen, the rookie from Southern Utah. 6'5", 230. And he gets a bad snap to start off, picks it up, and throws a completion. Wow. Great job by Sorensen. Horrible snap. Ball caught by Mike Willie for a short gain. Great poise by the young quarterback.
You like that. I mean, you can tell your grandkids, you know, the first time I took a snap in the National Football League, they dribbled it back to me, and does a great job. Just keeps his cool and gets rid of the ball.
David Mock with the poor snap that time. That happens often in preseason on the shotgun. Ball kind of sticks on the grass. But they got 2 yards out of that play. Here's Michael Hill on the right side, and Michael Hill will pick up a couple. Charlie Whitehurst, he'll finish his night completing 7 of 15 for 59 yards. He was sacked 3 times and was picked off twice. But the thing that Mike McCoy likes about Sorensen is that he's a very smart quarterback. Picked up the offense very quickly. The checks he has to make, reading the defense. And he has McCoy excited as he will deploy 5 wide receivers, throw over the middle, and he's got his man, and he's got enough for the first down.
Really nice throw and catch.
Was the ball loose after the catch? Now the officials coming in. They're going to point it down. And
was stopped on the field. Completed pass, first down.
That's the tight end, Ladarius Green, last year's 4th-round pick out of Louisiana Lafayette. Okay, time for You Make the Call, presented by AT&T. Green's a nice big target at 6'6", 240 pounds. And he's got a long, loping stride. Here's Hill on the right side. He's caught in the backfield. Jay Howard with another play.
Jay Howard doing a nice job on Ben Cotton, one of the backup young tight ends for this San Diego offense. Took him 2-3 yards deep in that play.
4-yard loss for Hill that time. Moves the ball back to the 22-yard line. Brad Sorensen, the quarterback. He fakes to Hill. Steps up in the pocket, keeps his eyes down the field, throws too high for De Palma. And De Palma has his legs taken out from under him. Big hit in the secondary. Looked like Jeremy Lane perhaps went low on De Palma. But again, Sorensen showing good quickness and pocket presence, but just threw that ball too high.
Keeping his wits. I mean, you're talking about a rookie from Southern Utah. Guy looks like a real cool customer to me.
That was Winston Guy with the big hit on De Palma. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 14 with 1:21 to go, third quarter. Screen pass, and it's incomplete. Trying to run before he caught it was Michael Hill. John Lutulele with the coverage on Hill.
Defending on the play for Seattle.
So that'll bring up another 4th down for San Diego. And again, it'll be Richard Kent. Kent getting a workout. See if the Chargers special teams can do a better job of covering this punt than they have the last 2 attempts. This one not quite as far, kind of a tail dragger. Whereas Ashford with the catch in traffic, and he'll drag tacklers. Sean Cattouse out to the 45-yard line.
Sean Cattouse with the tackle.
Yeah, a lot of contact, as a matter of fact, and just trying to get this punt returner down. Finally happens.
Our next telecast of Chargers football is Saturday, August 24th, when the Bolts head to the desert to take on the Arizona Cardinals. We'll have all the action starting with the kickoff just after 7 o'clock. The Chargers and Cardinals, August 24th, right here on CBS 8 and the Chargers Football Network. Ball placed at the 45-yard line for Seattle, and Tavares Jackson, he hands the ball off to Spencer Ware.
And on to Spencer Ware.
And Spencer Ware will get a couple over that right side.
Darius Wynn with the stop for the Chargers.
BR, do you remember all the way back when you played in your first preseason game?
I do, as a matter of fact, against those big bad LA Rams.
And
people are going, LA Rams? What do you mean LA Rams?
you got me.
They moved to St. Louis. I do, I remember, and they had a couple of guards that were just huge, man. I don't know that I'll ever forget that. I still have the nightmares occasionally. Big offensive line, led by Jackie Slater, who is one of the biggest humans I've ever known.
Yeah, Hall of Famer Jackie Slater.
Man.
Dennis Hara, I think, was
Hara,
one of the big offensive guards for
Absolutely.
the Rams.
Yes.
Was the game in the Coliseum or was it here?
It was at home. It was right here.
How'd we do?
We did great.
I'm glad one of us remembers.
In particular, you did great.
I'm sure for my 4 plays in the preseason.
Right.
And this play will not go off because that will end the third quarter.
That's
Jackson under orders by Pete Carroll to let the clock run down, and that's what he did. 3 quarters are in the books. Seahawks 17, Chargers 3. 2013 preseason football will continue after these messages. Start of the fourth quarter here in San Diego. Seattle on top by 14. I asked Mike McCoy what has impressed him so much about his number 2 pick, Manti Te'o.
Done a great job of learning the system, number 1. And that was the first thing he said is, listen, I want to come in and learn the system. And it's going to be different from what I've done in college, obviously, the terminology and everything. But the leadership ability he has also. Him stepping in, not being afraid to speak up. And, he is not the voice of the defense yet, but I think over time, the way he approaches the game, he's going to be one of those vocal leaders out there.
Well, Tavares Jackson fired that touchdown to Steven Jackson. 42 yards and another Seattle score. As they have had such a huge advantage in field position to start drives.
And just look at the accuracy on this play. I mean, this ball is thrown perfectly.
We are reviewing the ruling on the field of touchdown.
Now, why would they review?
The ball moved around a little bit, but it moved on his stomach while he was laying on his back. I think this is going to stand as a touchdown.
Yeah.
From what we saw from that replay. Well, as the officials upstairs take a look at this, and Ed Hockley goes under the hood, we're going to take a break and hope when we come back the score is still 17-3.
The ruling on the field is confirmed. It was a touchdown.
Yeah, the ruling on the field is confirmed according to Ed Hockley. It is a touchdown. Second catch of the night for Steve Williams. Coverage by Josh Johnson. Williams has 2 catches for 83 yards. And how about Tavares Jackson? 3 out of 4 for 94. He's making a strong case for that number 2 spot behind Russell Wilson.
No doubt.
Carson Wiggs with the extra point. And the Seahawks now go up by 21. How about this for second half starts to start their drives, BR? They opened the game, they opened the second half on the 20-yard line, but since then, at the San Diego 28, at midfield at the 50, and their own 45.
I think he'd take that field position, right?
Well, and I like Jackson's demeanor out there. I mean, he's going for it.
Yeah.
You know, he knows he's in a battle with Brady Quinn for the backup job. He's firing the bomb, and he's finding a receiver. Williams has gotten behind the secondary twice and cashed in both times.
Now, any chance that Jackson is actually ignoring the plays from the sideline and calling the plays himself?
You know what? What do you got to lose? You know, if you're throwing touchdown passes.
Right.
That was a 3-play drive that covered 55 yards and just 1:13 off the clock. Jackson to Williams for 42 yards and the touchdown. And again, it'll be Carson Wiggs kicking off, and Marcus Cromartie and Michael Hill are back deep. And this one will be returned by Cromartie. And he is met at the 15, and down he goes. And Seattle's kickoff coverage has been solid tonight. Lotulelei with the stop here.
And you don't normally see just a blow-up shot, but that was a form tackle on a kickoff return.
I think that's his name. It's under there somewhere.
Lotulelei.
Under all that hair. So Sorensen will start the Chargers off at the 15-yard line. Chargers starting field position has been the 20, the 22, the 15, and again the 15-yard line. Kind of tells you the story of this second half. Quick pass outside here. We got a penalty flag thrown. Dion Butler with the
Personal
reception.
Foul, roughing the passer. Defense number 94. A shot to the helmet of the quarterback.
Jay Howard with the illegal hit on Brad Sorensen.
First down.
Well, you know, I was following the football. Didn't see the infraction. Where did Howard come from?
Well, let's take a look right here. There's the hit on the running back, but that's not roughing the passer. That's a good tackle by Sheed. There's the guilty party. Jay Howard, that moves the ball all the way out to the 39-yard line for Sorensen. Edwin Baker, the tailback now. Sorensen will throw, and he's got his man at the 45-yard line.
Mike Willie with the reception.
How'd you like that toss?
Yeah, Mike Willie with another catch. I like Sorensen so far.
I do too.
With the tackle.
He really steps into his throws.
Tight delivery, very nice. Like a linebacker would know.
8 yards as that ball went zipping by you. Ball placed at the 47. Sorensen ducks underneath, and he's got another receiver down to the inside the 25-yard line. Luke Tasker, the son of the great Buffalo Bills special teamer Steve Tasker, with his first catch as an NFL player. 34 yards for number 2.
Right.
34 yards.
Just runs around and finds the open spot. That's what Taskers do.
For a minute there, I thought that was Doug Flutie. What a way to start for young Tasker. Sorensen with a good start as well. There's Hill. He's met in the backfield. Right now, the Charger offensive line, second and third teamers, getting handed to him by that Seattle defense.
I would agree on that play. David Molt, and we've been patting him on the back when he does well, but he was basically driven back into the running back, and he kind of blew up that entire play. Even Remington Award winners.
Loss of 2. Ball at the 21. Sorensen in the shotgun. Sorensen under pressure. Now he'll move. Left side. He throws. Got a man inside the 10. It's Green, and Green is in the end zone.
Darius Green. Touchdown. 21 yards. Brad Sorensen.
But it's got to be so comforting to have a tight end of that size right about now when everybody in that green jersey is chasing you, and Ladarius Green gets open, catches the ball, and scores a touchdown.
I can't tell you how tough that throw is, but what he did is he squared his shoulders to the line of scrimmage at the last instant to get something on that ball. Great job by Sorensen to escape pressure and then throw running left down the field, finding his big tight end. What a thrill for young Brad Sorensen. Chargers answer. They trail the Seahawks 24-10, but we got a lot of time left.
Yes, we do.
12:30 to go in the ball game. The Chargers close the lead to 14, trail the Seahawks 24-10 right now. That was a 6-play drive that covered 85 yards. It was aided by a roughing the passer penalty on 1st and 10. But Sorensen hits Ladarius Green from 21 yards out. The big play on the drive, the 34-yard completion from Sorensen to Luke Tasker.
Ladarius Green, 6'6", 240 pounds. And as a high school junior, he was only 5'10".
There's Novak's kickoff to Jeremy Lane, and Lane trying to find a lane. And he won't get out to the 20-yard line. He stopped at about the 17. Let's take another look at that TD, BR.
And see Sorensen just doing what he does. I mean, as far as I know, this guy doesn't get nervous. Finds Green, and Green makes a simple catch and takes it in the end zone.
Green caught 4 passes last season in the regular season. Did not break the end zone, though. So that obviously a positive sign for the Chargers and that young man. Tavares Jackson, the quarterback. Under center, he sends Helfet in motion. Michael with the handoff, and he will get out to the 19-yard line. Michael has had a busy night. He is the rookie number 2 pick out of Texas A&M. Played with Johnny Manziel, Johnny Football, and perhaps Johnny No Football.
Right. Boy, that has just been so interesting to watch. And I think it all goes back to his head coach. I'm telling you, I think Kevin Sumlin should have done just a little bit more.
2nd down and 8 for Seattle. Jackson, 3-step drop. He gets the ball out quickly. Arceto Clark with the reception. Cornelius Brown with the big hit there.
Oh, that's close to being a horse collar, but I think
his hand was in front of the face mask there. I know that was a bell ringer is what that was.
That's what it was.
Brings up a 3rd and 1 for Seattle. Coleman, the tailback, or the fullback, and he gets the ball. And he'll pick up the 1st down. Flag down.
I think the Chargers.
And it's going to be offsides. I think they lined up in the neutral zone, BR.
They did. They either lined up or jumped
defense,
into it.
Number 58, 5 yards from the previous spot, results in a 1st down.
Torek Williams lining in the neutral zone.
I mean, everybody gets a little edgy. It's short yardage. You know that's coming right at you. And sometimes you jump.
That's why he's a rookie. 6th-round pick out of Florida International. 1st and 10 for Seattle. Kristen Michael, the tailback. He's got 41 yards on 10 carries tonight. This will be his 11th carry. And it looks like he'll pick up another 4 or 5, maybe even 6 yards on that carry. Beltre with another stop for San Diego. He's had a busy night from that linebacker spot.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
Well, they'll give Michael 6 yards on that carry. Derek Coleman, the fullback, in front of Michael. Helfet in motion. He sets. Here's Michael, left side behind Helfet, out to the 40, 45, 50. 45 and inside the 40-yard line for Kristen Michael, his best run of the evening.
Now that was an example of an outside linebacker not holding the edge on the play. As you can see, Williams again just a little too soft. and made it really, really easy for the running back to get some extra yards there.
Yeah, extra yards, like 24 yards for Michael.
Well,
good job by Logan Harrell, though, to run him down. First and 10 now, the San Diego 39-yard line for the Seahawks. Fake to Ware. Jackson in trouble now. Logan Harrell after him. He throws, and that ball's caught. Caught along the sideline. Looked like it might be Derek Coleman. Coleman with the catch out of the backfield. But Logan Harrell didn't have enough speed that time to chase down Tavares Jackson. Jackson is 6'2", 225, 8-year veteran. That's a real good throw and a real tight coverage.
On the run, too.
DJ Smith all over the back of Derek Coleman, and Coleman still made the catch. They have the ball now placed at the just inside the 30. Long count. Here's Ware. And the Chargers are waiting for him right at the point of attack.
First down, Seattle. DJ Smith with the tackle.
That was enough to pick up the first down for the Seahawks. Tavares Jackson now 5 of 6 for 110 yards. And that long touchdown pass to Steve Williams for 42 yards. Ball to 28. Jackson fakes to Coleman. He throws now. And he's got Spencer Ware over the middle. Ware checking down over the middle, and Jackson very patiently takes him. Jackson, who went to Buffalo last year when the Seahawks signed Matt Flynn to that big free agent contract. Before that, Jackson was with Seattle, and in 2011 he was a starting quarterback. 14 touchdowns, just 13 interceptions. But he knows this system, having played it for Pete Carroll just a couple years ago. Christian Michael now is the tailback, and he'll get the inside handoff in a big hole on that right side inside the 20-yard line, and close to another first down for Seattle.
Boy, I thought that was broken wide open. I thought he was going to take that into the end zone. The right side of the offensive line just parted that defensive line.
Christian Michael says, "Hey, Coach Carroll, feed me. Feed me. I got a feeling, man." I love that hand signal there. Give me the ball. He might get it on 3rd and 1. He's got 76 yards now on 13 carries. Ball in the 19. Here's Michael again. Big hole left side, and he's inside the 15-yard line. DJ Smith with the stop there.
DJ Smith with the tackle. A gain of 5 to the 14.
That'll be another first down for the Seahawks. 6 minutes to go here in the ball game. Michael and Coleman in the backfield. Here's Michael left side. He looks at over the middle, and he picks up a couple. For those of you watching on CBS 8 here in San Diego, tonight's episode of Big Brother will air in its entirety immediately following tonight's game. Big Brother right after the game. Check it out. 5:30 to go now in the ball game. Seahawks doing a good job at taking time off the clock.
I think after you watch Tavares throw the football, the secondary is a little nervous, so they're getting out of there, and it's leaving the defensive line to take care of the running game.
Well, here's Michael, big hole left side this time. He's inside the 10, and he's knocked off his feet there. Seahawks have taken about 7 minutes off the clock. This drive started at 12:30 to go in the 4th quarter. This will bring up another 3rd down for the Seahawks. And they've done it primarily with short passes and keeping the ball on the ground.
Right.
Ware and Coleman in the I formation. Chargers coming right up the middle. Jackson with the fake. He's got a wide open Derek Coleman, and he's in the end zone. Great play fake by Jackson, and he found Coleman. 6-yard touchdown for the former UCLA Bruin.
Just knew he had it set up. And makes a really nice throw, by the way. Seattle gets on the board again.
Looks like Carson Wiggs will come out to try another extra point as he's getting a good workout here in the second half, as the Seahawks now looking for their 24th point of the second half, and they've got it. 4:28 to go in the ball game. The Seahawks in command, 31-10. Seattle 31-10 over the Chargers. Tonight's telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited. So, Carson Wiggs has the ball teed up, back deep for San Diego. Mike Hill and Marcus Cromartie. And this will be Cromartie, and he's going to not bring it out. A little hesitation.
Well, getting a little advice from his co-returner.
Now the Chargers will have the ball at the 20-yard line with 4:28 to go in the ball game when we come back to the cue. Back at Qualcomm Stadium, Frank Reich, the quarterback coach, former great Buffalo Bill quarterback behind Jim Kelly, orchestrated one of the greatest comebacks of all time, being the Houston Oilers.
That's exactly right.
At Rich Stadium.
What a game.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Chargers at the 20-yard line. Brad Sorensen remains the quarterback. San Diego's not started to drive this half better than the 20-yard line. Sorensen throws behind his receiver, Wiley. Take this moment to thank our fine crew for tonight's game. Our producer, Jason Bott, director Tom Satursky down in the truck. Up here in the booth, we've got Gary Pugh on stats, Kurt Gritz, the spotter, and Renee Pettigrew, our stage manager. How about that? We got Pugh and Gritz in the box. And
how do you like that?
Sean Cavanaugh, the chefs. 2nd and 10 for San Diego. Sorensen is buried. Absolutely buried. He took his 5th step and he was tackled before he could even look down the field.
Yeah, it was an avalanche of Seattle Seahawks. Need to do a better job protecting the quarterback, certainly.
54,709 in attendance tonight. And I'd have to say that 40,000 have already head for the parking lot. 31-10 Seattle. Sorensen now 3rd down and 17. He'll throw short to the right side. Get the ball out to his wide receiver there. Dallas Walker with the catch. Rookie out of Western Michigan. He'll come to the sidelines with a bit of a grin there. Richard Kent will come on for another punt.
Got a lot of work on the punting game today.
And the Chargers don't have enough men on the field. And so not only have they allowed a number of good punt returns by the Seahawks, they find themselves taking the field with just 10 men for that potential punt.
Boy.
But this is a very attractive home schedule for the Chargers in the regular season, starting on a Monday night against the Texans. The Cowboys come to town, the Colts with Andrew Luck, and then another Monday nighter against that guy Peyton Manning in Denver. Cincinnati, the New York Giants, and of course the Raiders in Kansas City wind up the home schedule. And that is as good a home schedule as you're going to find. Kent to punt. Perez Ashford will retreat. all the way back to his 25-yard line. He makes one miss and gets down to the sideline, and another excellent return and poor punt coverage by the Chargers.
Brought down by
Daniel Moles with the tackle. 57-yard punt. And Ashford brought it back 27 yards. So the net just 30, and that ain't going to cut it, as again Seattle will take possession in Charger territory, and that's really been the story of the second half. Field position,
Right.
So good for Seattle, so bad for San Diego.
Yeah, and Seattle being able to run the football. Tavares Jackson throwing something really high along at the secondary. It's been a tough half.
That's Derek Coleman with the carry. Check that, Spencer Ware. Coleman, of course, was in the end zone just moments ago after that 6-yard touchdown pass by Tavares Jackson. Jackson with a couple of touchdown scores tonight.
gain of 1 yard. 2nd and 9. To 47.
Jackson has hit 7 out of 8 for 120 yards and those 2 touchdowns. Jackson on the bootleg, and he'll throw to the sidelines, and he'll have a man standing right on the sidelines for the completion. Chris Harper with the catch. Harper, the 4th-round pick out of Kansas State. Started his collegiate career at the University of Oregon. In fact, played against the Oregon Ducks in the Fiesta Bowl, where, of course, the Ducks won going away.
Of course.
We're at the 2-minute warning here at the Qualcomm Stadium. Chargers trailing the Seahawks 31-10.
The clock to 2:02. 2:02 on the clock before the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes to
There
go
was a
in the Charger preseason opener against the Seahawks.
So there is 2:02 on the clock.
So Ed Hockley telling the fans here that there's actually 2 minutes and 2 seconds to go, so we haven't reached the 2-minute warning. You know what? It's a preseason, Ed. I would just give up those 2 seconds. I don't know about you, BR.
Right. Well, he knows he may never get him back.
Chargers called timeout just before the 2-minute warning, so Pete Carroll is a little bit miffed about the whole thing. Means extra plays, an extra chance for something bad to happen. Here's a run by Spencer Ware to the outside. He's got the first down and then some. And now we will reach the 2-minute warning.
This is now the 2-minute warning. 30-second stop.
Gotcha. We're going to hold this one to 30 seconds.
19-yard gain that time by Spencer Ware. I think the Seahawks are wearing down the San Diego Chargers.
I think that's fair to say. Greg Brown giving it his best, the rookie from Kansas. Couldn't get up there and force the play back to his teammates.
One bright spot here in the second half has got to be the play of young quarterback Brad Sorensen.
No question.
Completed 7 out of 10 for 84 yards, including that fine scramble. And he hit the big tight end, Darius Green, for the touchdown. So it looks like Tavares Jackson will take a knee, just run the clock out. So let's check out the young quarterback from Southern Utah.
Long pass to Luke Tasker.
You know, on both plays he used good mobility and read the defense well. Started out looking right, then come back to the left to find Green and get in the end zone. So an impressive debut. And Mike McCoy, in talking to us yesterday, he is impressed with this young man for his poise and his knowledge and his smarts. And,
right.
And now you're looking at his ability to escape pressure, keep his eyes down the field, and make plays.
And not panic. I
Yeah.
mean, you finally reached that NFL level, and you look like one cool customer. I mean, you really did.
And you know, as a rookie quarterback, it's not okay to panic, but it's not surprising if you do, because there's so much pressure and so many things going through your head. You got to be happy for Brad Sorensen. There you see the other two quarterbacks. I like to call this picture the long and short of it. Philip Rivers on the right, Charlie Whitehurst, and time pals on the sidelines. Teammates for quite a while here in San Diego. 35 seconds to go now as Jackson will take one more knee, and that will bring this preseason opener to a close.
Loss of 1 yard.
Sorensen, who started his career at BYU, transferred to Southern Utah, where he set all those records that you talked about. BR, would you say 61 touchdown passes?
Right.
Well, he's got his first NFL one, preseason game, but he'll never forget it.
No, he will not. I promise you, he played like a pro today.
Yeah, the Chargers will travel to Chicago to take on the Chicago Bears next Thursday. That game will be seen on ESPN. Of course, we'll be back with you for the Arizona and San Francisco game. For those of you watching on Chargers Network, you'll be leaving us now to return to your local stations. For those of you on CBS 8 in San Diego, our post-game coverage is just ahead. Once again, the final score 31-10. Seattle wins it.